Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to continue on with these pearl pieces that we've been making, and these are the buds and bloom pieces here. So I pulled them out for those of you who haven't seen them yet and who might be interested. I will put links up there and in the description box below the video, so if you want to take a look at them you can. So I just want to go over them really quick. So here's the original necklace here, and then here's the bracelet. We did this bracelet with the metallic closure. Here's a little ring that I did, and then so here it is again in this in white pearls, and we did a little safety chain on this one. Here it is so here's the bezel made into earrings and the bezel made into a pendant. I don't have it attached at the moment, but we did that, and then this made a really beautiful choker. I've got the ring with another row on there. So this I don't have a video on yet. Everything else I do except this. This is what we're going to work on today. I'll probably make a video on this ring. So this is what we're going to work on. I was playing with the, put this aside, I was playing with the top of the earring. I really love how this looks, and I made it into a bracelet. So let me just pull these aside, and we'll just take a very quick look at the bracelet. Let me grab that earring. Okay. So we'll take a quick look at the bracelet. So here it is. It is the top of the earring. Really pretty. It comes out to like a really pretty netting. I closed it with just some 8mm Swarovski crystals. These are 6mm pearls and 3mm pearls. You probably have these in your stash. You can use 3mm bicones here. I just wanted to show you that I just thought it would lend itself so well for color and pattern. So I'm loving the pattern. I've been watching PBS lately. You know, all the like Victoria and and all those different shows where they have lots of royal jewelry, and it just got me inspired. I might even call it the Victoria bracelet, not sure. So here it is in purples and jade and white, and here's bronze and jade and white, and I just we're going to do one of these today. We're going to do a color today. So I'm going to clear the decks, get a materials list going, and we'll get started on this bracelet. See you in a few. Okay, let's get our materials list going. So you're going to need some 11OC beads, and I'm using this metallic light bronze. Very pretty. Love this one. Then you need some 3mm pearls, or you can use a bicone here. I like using the white pearls. Actually, we're going to duplicate this guy. So I'm using white pearls. I just like the contrast, but you can use a 3mm bicone here as well. You need a 6mm pearl or a combination of 6mm Swarovski pearls in any colors you like. So because I'm doing 3 colors, I've picked these 3. If you're doing all one color, you'll just get the amount for the entire bracelet. I will put all the amounts in the description box below the video, all the places I purchased my beads, links to websites that I like, any info that I don't get to here, any additional information, please check out the description box below the video. Just click the down arrow or the show more. It'll open up, give you lots of information. Okay, so don't forget to go there because all the amounts and the colors, everything will be there. Okay, so I have 3 different colors of pearls here. If you're, all you need all one color. I have 3 Swarovski. These are gorgeous 8mm round beads. It's for the closure. Now, I just did the bead and loop closure. Now, some of you don't, I know some people don't like to do this because sometimes the beads will flop over. It doesn't really bother me. It stays on. I don't have a problem with it, but you can use any closure here. You can go for a metallic, magnetic, closure. You can go anything, anything you like. But I'm just going to use these crystals because I thought it looked pretty. All right, so here are my 3 crystals for my closure. Here's a stop bead. I'm using 8 pound Fireline black satin. I really like this black satin. The color doesn't come off on my hands. It's really nice to work with. So this has been my go-to lately. I like Wildfire too, but this is a little thinner. I've really been enjoying this. I'm using a size 11 beading needle. All right, so I think that's it. So gather up your materials and we'll get started making this bracelet. All right, see. Okay, let's start. So we're going to work the bracelet in this direction. So we're going to do this line. I'm going to do this line and then this line. All right, so thread your needle with about 6.5 feet of thread. Put on a stop bead and leave about a 12-inch tail. Might use that tail to sew one end of the clasp on. So thread onto your needle a pearl, a 3mm pearl. I'll pull in a little. 3 11/0s, a 3mm pearl, 3 11/0s, a 3mm pearl, 3 11/0s, a 3mm pearl, and 3 11/0s. So we've got on 4 3mm pearls and 4 groups of 3 11/0s. I drop those down to the stop bead, and I'm going to sew up the first pearl after the stop bead to make a circle. Like that. I'm going to sew through the next 3 11/0s. I'm going to skip the next pearl and sew through the next 3 11/0s. It's going to pop that pearl out a little. I'm going to skip the next pearl, sew through the next 3 11/0s. Just get my needle in there, like that. Hold your finger on it. Give it a pull. Don't pull too tight. I'm going to skip the next 3mm and sew through the next 3 11/0s. So I'm just doing this all the way around. One more time. Skip the next 3mm. Sew through the next 3 11/0s. This is what I have. I'm just going to pull my tail a little bit and my thread. This is what it looks like so far. I'm going to sew through the pearl this time, through the 3 11/0s, the next 3 11/0s. I want to position my needle to put on the big pearl. I'm going through this pearl and these 3 11/0s and this pearl. It's like that. Oops. There we go. All right. So this is what I have. My thread is coming out of this pearl right here, the top of this pearl. Okay, so get that done and then meet me back here and we'll continue. Okay, we're back. Here's where I am. So now let's add a pearl. So we're going to take a white pearl coming out of here, top of this bead. We're just going to come up through the bottom of the bead directly across from it. Just going to place that pearl in the center. Going to just needle through the next 3 11/0s and the pearl, if I can get through it. Going to come down through the next 3 on the other side. Just going to put myself into position to put some more beads on. So I just have to come around this unit. Going to come through this one, right through the pearl, through the 3 beads, the 3 11/0s. So I'm coming all the way around to the bottom here, like that, and then through this guy. So that's going to put my first pearl on. Going to pick up 3 11/0s, a 3mm, 3 11/0s, 3mm pearl, 3 3/11, a 3mm pearl, and 3/11. That's what I have. Coming out of here, just going to line around to make a unit. I'm going to sew through the next 3/11, skip the pearl, sew through the next 3/11, give that just a little bit of a pull, not much. Skip the pearl, sew through the next 3/11, just like what we did before. Skip the pearl, sew through the next 3/11, skip the pearl, sew through the next 3/11, sew through the pearl, like that. Now we're going to pick up the purple pearl. So pick up your purple 6mm, coming out of here, right there, that 3mm. Come around to the other side and sew through this one. So you're coming out of the bottom of this one, going through the top of this one, like that. Sew through the next 3/11, through the next pearl. We'll do it one more time. Pick up 3/11, a 3mm pearl, 3/11, 3mm pearl. Oops. Get that out of the way. 3/11, a 3mm pearl, and 3/11. That's what I have. Coming out of here, come around, come through the next 3/11, skip the pearl, come through the next 3/11, skip the next pearl, come through the next 3/11, skip the next pearl, come through the next 3/11, skip the next pearl, come through the next 3/11, and through the pearl, pick up a white pearl. You're coming out of here, around the that other pearl on the other side, attach your pearl, come down the next 3/11, through the 3mm, and that's what you're doing. All right, so that's what you're going to do all the way down. So just keep doing that until you get the length of your bracelet minus the clasp, whatever size clasp you're using. Okay, and then meet me back here and we'll do the second row right here. All right, see you in a few. Have fun. Okay, we're back and I have my length done, and of course I'm going to do an abbreviated version for the video. So you're doing your entire length. Now you just want to do the length minus your clasp. So whatever your clasp is, mine's about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch altogether. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say that's about 3/4 or an inch, maybe 3/4 altogether. So you just have to take that into consideration when you make your bracelet. Also, for those of you who might be saying, well, you can actually do this, the whole thing, horizontally by adding each row, you can do that too. So if you're sort of experienced at this and you know you can do it this way, it's in a little right angle weave, then you go ahead and do that. But I'm doing it in separate lines because it's just easier, I think easier, well, for me and maybe for some of you. All right, one other thing. Here's, see that if you're doing a pattern repeat, so here's my sort of diamond shape pattern, right? So if you come to the end and you can't fit the whole diamond shape in, no worries. Because when you close it, do you see how it closes into that shape, into that diamond shape? I mean, it's going to be a little further apart because of the clasp, but it's really fine. So if you can finish the whole repeat, that's great. But if you can't, it doesn't really matter. So I think that's pretty cool that it, you know, if you do a pattern where it looks pretty both ways, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so now we're going to do this line right here. So the purple and the jade, I'm going to put this aside. Well, here, I'll put it right here. And let's get started. So you're going to thread a needle with another 6.5 feet, stop bead and a 12-inch tail. You should have enough tail left over on this piece, the working piece, to sew your clasp in. All right, so here I put my stop bead on. So I'm going to just sew my needle through that first bead. So the stop bead comes out like so. All right, that's what I have. I'm going to pick up 3 11-ohs, a 3mm pearl, 3 11-ohs, a 3mm pearl, 3 11-ohs, a 3mm pearl, and 3 11-ohs. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of construction going on in my neighborhood right now, so to try to get the video in between all the hammering is sort of impossible. So I'm hoping that it will be okay. All right, so here we go. That's what we have. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Just going to come, I'm coming out of here, I'm coming around just to add a unit. Like that. Now I'm going to come through, sew through my beads as I did with the other piece. Sew through the first 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, give that a little pull, not super tight, come through the next 3 11-ohs. So you're skipping the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs. So doing that all the way around just like you've been doing. Oops. Let me move my stop bead out of the way. Get all these threads out of the way. Come down the pearl. And here you want to give it a little pull to get your, pop your beads up. You don't want to pull it too tight. Okay, so I'm coming out of the pearl, just like that. So you're going to pick up, so here we are, we're doing this line, we're going to pick up a purple pearl. Like that, coming out of here. Bottom, this bottom bead. Let me pull on a little bit. Okay. It's going to come through this one to attach the pearl. Going to come through the next 3 seed beads and the pearl. Like that. So we have our next, we have our pearl on. Just want to move some of these threads out of the way for you. Okay, now pick up 3 11-ohs. I'm going to give it a little pull there. I'm going to pick up 3 11-ohs. I'm going to come through this pearl. Just moving myself down to get another unit on. Just like that. See? I'm going to pick up 3 11-ohs, a pearl, 3 11-ohs, a pearl, 3 11-ohs, like that. I'm coming out of here. I'm going to go through this one. Like that. So through the next 3 beads, 3 11-ohs and the pearl. That pearl's already bumped out. You don't have to bump it out. Now you have to bump these out though by skipping the pearls. So come through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs and the pearl. Give that a little pull. Pick up your jade pearl, coming out of here. Just come across and come down this one. Pop that jade pearl into place. Come through the next 3 11-ohs and the pearl. I'm just going to repeat. So I'll just pick up 3 11-ohs, coming out of here, come on through this pearl, pick up 3 11-ohs, a pearl, 3 11-ohs, a pearl, and 3 11-ohs. Coming out of here, come through this guy, come through the 3 11-ohs and the next pearl. You don't have to skip that pearl. Now come through the 3 11-ohs, like that. Skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, come through the next 3 11-ohs, and the pearl. So you're coming through this pearl, pick up a purple pearl, coming out of here, for this one, pop that pearl into place, come through the next 3 and the pearl, and repeat, repeat, repeat until you get all the way to the end, and then meet me back here And we'll put on our last group, which is going to be just a repeat of this first group. All right, so get that done and meet me back here and we'll continue. Okay, we're back. So I have my second row done. Now I'm going to do the third. So here we are. Just going to do the white and the purple again. So white, purple, white, purple. All right, so I've threaded a needle again with my same 6.5 feet. Put on a stop bead, leaving a 12-inch tail. I'm going to come down through this bead, through that side. Pearl. I just want to move all my tails out of the way. Here we go. All right, so here I am. So this is for my clasp. I'm going to pick up 3/11-ohs, pearl, 3/11-ohs, a pearl, 3/11-ohs, pearl, 3/11-ohs, get back there you go. This is what I have. Coming out of here, coming around. Oops. So here I am. Going to sew through the next 3 11-ohs. Skip the pearl. Through the next 3. Got it. Skip the pearl. Through the next 3. Skip the pearl. Sew through the next 3 and the pearl. Pull. Pick up your white 6mm, coming out of here. Come down through this one. Sew through the next 3 11-ohs, through the pearl, and this one you want to make sure you pull it because you have a loose thread at the top and then you have the loose thread here, so you don't want it to you want it to make sure it's nice and nice and tight, I mean. Alright, so pick up 3 11-ohs, coming out of here, down here. Pick up 3 11-ohs, a pearl, 3 11-ohs, a pearl, 3 11-ohs, like that. Coming out of here, through that one. So through the next 3 11-ohs, through the pearl, through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, sew through the next 3 11-ohs, skip the pearl, and sew through the next 3 11-ohs. Skip the purl, sew through the next 3 11-ohs, and you can go through that purl as well if your needle will let you. I'm going to straighten them out a little bit. I'm going to pick up a purple, coming out of here, through this one, through the next 3 11-ohs, across this purl, a little pull in this direction, and there you have it. And you're just going to alternate the white pearl and the purple pearl, and the white pearl and the purple pearl, until you have this little design going on down the whole length of your bracelet. Alright, so get that done. Meet me back here, and we'll start working on the clasp. Alright, see you in a few. Okay, we're back, so let's put the clasp on. So I've already put one on, one of my beads, so that's what it's going to look like. So all you're going to do is pick up an 11-oh. If you want to do it this way, your 8mm, and this is that Swarovski purple velvet, so beautiful. Pick up 3 11-ohs. So we have an 11-oh, the 8mm, and 3 11-ohs. Drop those down. Skip the 3, come back through the 8mm, give that a little pull, pick up an 11-oh, come back through the pearl. Very simple closure. I mean, the bracelet has got a lot going on, so I think simple for me is best. Just going to come up through all the beads again, and the little picot. Down the pearl and down the 8mm, the 11-oh, back through the 3mm, and then come down. You can do that again. It's a pretty heavy bracelet, so maybe you want to go through it one more time, and then just sew through some of your beads, tie a few half-hitch knots, and then get it all done. Meet me back here and we'll do the other side. See you in a few. Okay, we're back, and I have my 3 crystals on my mini bracelet. Now I'm going to do this side, so you should have 3 threads coming out, a thread coming out of each of the little pearls, and if they're not coming out of the pearls, then just sew around till you get to that, and if your thread isn't long enough, just add a thread. So I've just threaded on 23 of my 11-oh seed beads, coming out of here. I'm going to just come around like that. I'm going to come up the first 2, and then down the last 2 on this side of the pearl. I'm going to come through the pearl. I'm going to do that again. Come up the first 2 on this side of the pearl, and down on the last 2 on this side of the pearl. I'm going to come through the pearl. Now I'm going to come through all the beads, to reinforce the loop. So just come around all the beads. Through the pearl. And you can do that again. I won't do it, but you can do that as many times as you like until it feels nice and secure. You can test it around your bead to see how it's gonna fit. It should go on, it should be relatively snug. Okay, all right, so get that done. Do 2 more, and then meet me back here, and we'll look at our bracelets. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back, and here are our bracelets. So I absolutely love the pattern. So here's the other little sample I was making. Love this one. I think I'm gonna redo that and make a full bracelet. Here's the earring just to show you where the inspiration came from. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've been enjoying all these buds in bloom and sort of pearl kind of, you know, like vintagey, royally looking pieces. I really have been enjoying making them. So thank you for watching. If you really like my channel, hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the like button, that would be nice too. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.